This video and its content are protected by and operate underneath the guides of the Fair Use Act. It will be used for reporting possible teachable moments, but most importantly, my commentary and review. So, hey, YouTube, and anyone who gets butthurt, do not come copyright striking my channel. Also, everything in this video is allegedly according to what has been alleged, because even if we see them do it with our own two eyes, hear it come out of their mouths with our own two ears, or read it in court docs, it is still alleged because we weren't there, so we don't know what really happened.
That girl Henny, y'all gotta go to her channel.
The girl Henny, do you know who she is?
She a blogger or something?
Yeah.
Just like, where this lady come from?
Girl been on your ass.
She on your life, G.
Shout out to Henny over there.
Yo, what's poppin', gang. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are happy to see you here. We hope that you come back. And in the meantime, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. So, yesterday was a bit of a kerfuffle. I know. I started the story, but I didn't finish the story because y'all know what happened. Chrisean had an interview, okay? And we had to go check out the interview. But what we didn't anticipate was that things were going to erupt the way that they did. When it came down to Chrisean's interview, she swatted the hornet's nest and all the evil came spewing out. And there was a whole bunch of things that just a whole lot of was going on. If you are interested and would like to check out that video, please go to my secondary channel, which is entitled The Circus Press Box. This is the video that you would like. This is the video that you want to check out, which would recap yesterday. It went into all of the beef and drama that unfolded after her interview came out. Also, if you are interested in Blueface, Chrisean, and all that type of content, you can check this channel out because this is where I post majority of all of that stuff. For now, there will be some changes that are getting made to both channels where I will be focusing more on gossip and trending topics over on that page, changing the name to Straight Henny Media. Okay, that will be a page that you are going to want to follow if you want to keep up with the trending topics and what's popping as far as celebrity gossip, internet gossip, and all of that. Now, over here, we're going to continue to do our reviews and we're going to continue to read court docs, but we are going to start implementing new things with reviewing other content, maybe giving some reviews on some news topics. We're going to start getting a little serious over here. So if you're here for the hot Henny, I got some for you. But if you like getting shots that burn as they go down, hold on. If you like getting shots that burn as they go down, shots of truth, that is, go ahead and head over there to what is now the Circus Press Box. All right, y'all. So as you know, hold on. Mayor Eric Adams, and yes, it's hoodie season, it's sweater weather and all of that. I'm going to drop my live in a minute because I'm going to have a guest up here with me. You know, I don't usually have guests, but I'm going to have a guest up here. Mayor Eric Adams has been arraigned. He's no longer just indicted. He has been arraigned on charges of corruption. Now, if you are a fellow New Yorker, you know that he has always had a trail of lies that blazed behind him that people have consistently debunked. He also had essay allegations that were brought up against him from a former co-worker. Okay. And now we hear this. So without further ado, I am going to begin to read Mayor Eric Adams. Well, actually, we're going to take a pause for the cause. I'm going to be reading Mayor Adams' indictment to you guys. You know, you should know by now that that's what I was going to do. And in case you missed it yesterday, I did play what he had to say yesterday outside of the Southern District Federal Courthouse. He was greeted by some angry protesters. Okay. When I tell you they was angry and they was not here for it, baby, they had bullhorns out. Okay. He had the elders with him, but people wasn't trying to hear them elders. I'm just gonna keep it funky with you. He tried to use them as a shield of protection, a hedge of protection, if you will. You gotta love New York. You have to love New York. So I'm going to play that video for you guys as we wait for the special guest to appear. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me get to where we need to get to. Okay, because ain't no city like New York City, and I don't care what nobody says. We are disrespectful. Respectfully disrespectful. But I mean, the things that he's done has been disrespectful as well. No, I have not read all of the court docs. I did skim, as I usually do, over them. But we gonna listen to this. Ooh-wee. Y'all ready? Lied about the reasons why he started doing what he's doing as far as being in politics. I mean, going into policing. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to be dropping the link in the chat. Only my guest is to hit the link and they know who they are. It will be none other than Hood Politicking with T that is going to come up here with me. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Nobody else hit the link. Please do not hit the link if you are not Hood Politicking with T. I'm all over the place this morning, but he's lied about the reasons he became a police officer in New York City. He's lied about who he knew, so much so that the family asked him to stop mentioning the person's name. He also had his team allegedly, this is allegedly, photo enhance a photo of the gentleman so that it could look like it was old and something that he carried in his wallet. I mean, this has been a lot with him, but I'm gonna let you guys listen to what he had to say.
This is not a black day. This is a youth day. This is a youth thing, Eric. This is not a black thing. Your policies are anti-black. You are disgrace to all black people in this city. The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black day. This is a justice day.
Y'all couldn't hear me. My bad, because I got excited. I'm sorry. He said our streets are dirty and our kids are harassed, and this is true. Okay. He never lied, but he's letting it be known. This is you. You did this all on your lonesome, all by yourself. And I loved every minute of this because Mayor Adams couldn't do nothing but stand there and take it. Okay. Stand there and take it. But it's the fact that they were out there with the bullhorn, like, you gonna hear every word of what I gotta say.
You know, we loud. New Yorkers, we are very loud.
Very loud. Exactly. Hey, hood politicking with T.
Hi, guys.
All right, so we're going to listen to this, then we're going to discuss a little bit, and then we're going to get into this indictment, child.
Thank you for being here this morning. And I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups that I hear, particularly the men and women of the clergy that's here, that have joined me here today. And we are not surprised. We expected this. This is not surprising to us at all. The actions that have unfolded over the last 10 months, the leaks, the commentary, the demonizing, this did not surprise us that we reached this day. And I ask New Yorkers to wait to hear our defense before making any judgments. In about 30 minutes, you're going to hear a story of the case that is in front of us. The story will come from the federal prosecutors. And I ask to wait and hear our side to this narrative. From here, my attorneys will take care of the case so I can take care of the city. My day-to-day will not change. I will continue to do the job for 8.3 million New Yorkers that I was elected to do. Amen. Amen. And the 300,000 plus employees of our city government will continue to do their jobs, because this is what we do as New Yorkers. It's an insult to the hardworking people of the city that anyone would say that they won't do their jobs while this case proceeds in the background. They are dedicated public servants, and I have been one of them for many years. And they're going to continue to do their job, moving the city forward every day.
I think that's enough of that. I don't want to hear no more. Now, if you're a member, you can check that out. I did drop that live yesterday into the membership. Child, let me tell you something. This has been, we thought Trump was a bad president. Mayor Adams is the epitome of, and I hate to say this, but a typical borough hood ninja, a bum. One of those bum ninjas that get a little bit of money, a little bit of clout, and don't know how to act. I hate to say it, but somebody had to. Let me pull my hoodie down a little further. Because we got to walk these streets and ride these subways. Like, wait a minute.
Typical Southside ninja. Southside Jamaicans. Yes. Typical. This is crazy. Like, it's him and his like whole staff is going down.
Not Rashid.
Girl.
Wait a minute. Do you see this comment on the screen? Y'all not starting this early in the morning. Y'all be cutting.
Yes, they would say he's
Rashad Tate. Really?
Yes, I see it. I see it. I definitely see it. And the messed up part about it is, I said it before, us New Yorkers, if he was doing all this grimy stuff and was giving back to the city, we would be standing behind him right now.
That's a fact.
But you did all of that, and you and all your friends got rich, and our streets is messed up, our schools is messed up, the traffic is messed up, the migrant problem is crazy. Like, so, hey.
Listen, okay, Erica said he's embarrassing us out here because I'm Jamaica Queens all day. Baby, don't claim him. Don't claim him. Miss Pammy got a bonnet over her eyes. Listen. Doretha said he couldn't even run Brooklyn as BP. Now, we're going to get a little bit into that, but I want to explain to y'all, for those of y'all who don't know who this is that is up here on this stage with me, This is Miss Poppington, first of all, okay? But she has a channel called Hood Politicking with T. And she did a segment, and the segment ran the night before they dropped the indictment. And everything that was pretty much in the indictment, she had already did her research and found out and dropped all the information out there. She was ahead of the press, okay? Ahead of the Fed's announcement. And salute to her, because that's what we do. And I wanted to bring her up here because she did her research on this and she broke that case down so good. So you want to give them a little bit of not a lot, not the whole synopsis, but a little bit of what this indictment is going to say that we're going to get into. Let me pull the indictment while you do that, girl.
Okay, so basically, Mayor Eric Adams has been accused of some kind of fraud. I'll just put it like that till we get into it. He's accused of fraud, and he is accused of interacting with people he's not supposed to interact with. So that's about the gist of it, but it gets deep because there's a lot of other people involved. So
a lot of other people is a nice way of putting it. Let me see. No, I gotta put it back the way that it was. I was trying to give us a fancy new little screen. You know, I like to be fancy pants. Can we go over here? Nope, because if I do that, all right. So we just gonna leave it alone before I mess it up. All right, let me see if I can zoom in on this for y'all so y'all can see this very much clearly. This is the 57-page indictment, okay, that was sealed, that was unsealed yesterday. And this is going back to 2014 when he was the Brooklyn Borough president, okay? Now, this overview is what was read yesterday by the feds. So we are actually going to skim on down just a little bit, okay? We're going to skim on down. I think this is where, did they get into actual facts? I don't know if they got into an actual facts. Let me see. I think we're just gonna have to read it, and I didn't want to read the whole thing, but I guess we're gonna have to because they've got public fund matching and everything. All right, so let's get into this doc right here. And the reason why I wanted to read the indictment for itself is because even though you know, the feds came out and they tell you certain things, they don't read the whole indictment when they come out. All right. So I'm going to read a little bit, then we're going to pause and we're going to politic about it because we politicking with T. Ow. All right. So this states that in 2014, Eric Adams, the defendant, became Brooklyn Borough president. Thereafter, for nearly a decade, Adams sought and accepted improper valuable benefits such as luxury international travel, including from wealthy foreign business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. By 2018, Adams, who had then made known his plans to run for mayor of New York City, not only accepted, but sought illegal campaign contributions to his 2021 mayoral campaign, as well as other things of value from foreign nationals. Okay, so he's accepting money from Turkish government, foreign nationals, corrupt already in 2018. Okay. As Adams' prominence and power grew, his foreign national benefactors sought to cash in on their corrupt relationships with him, particularly when, in 2021, it became clear that Adams would become New York City's mayor. Adams agreed, providing favorable treatment in exchange for the illicit benefits he received. After his inauguration as mayor of New York City, Adams soon began preparing for his next election, including by planning to solicit more illegal contributions and granting requests from those who supported his 2021 mayoral campaign with such donations. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to hold it. Eric Adams, the defendant, sought and accepted illegal campaign contributions in the form of nominee or straw contributions, meaning that the true contributors conveyed their money through nominal donors who falsely certified that they were contributing their own money. By smuggling their contributions to Adams through U.S.-based straw donors, Adams' overseas contributors defeated federal laws that served to prevent foreign influence on U.S. elections. Wealthy individuals invaded laws designed to limit their power over elected officials by restricting the amount any one person could donate to a candidate. And businesses circumvented New York City's ban on corporate contributions by funneling their donations through multiple employees, frustrating a law that seeks to reduce corporate power in politics. Adams increased his fundraising by accepting these concealed illegal donations at the cost of giving his secret patrons the undue influence over him and the laws tries to prevent. Now, what that means is this man, first of all, let's back up. Because you spoke about these straw contributions. Okay, you spoke about this.
Mm-hmm.
And what this means, I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna let her go into what she found with these straw contributions. That basically means just like a straw man. That means that it's basically a business that is a front for them to funnel their money through, kind of like a shell business, kind of like what WAC was doing with the money, except this is more sophisticated. So they work their way around being able to be basically caught by the laws quick is what I'm going to say, because they got caught regardless by making these contributions come through different employees. But all of these employees basically worked for one company making all of these donations, which then in turn summed up to one large sum of donation that came from one company that is foreign influenced. Did I explain that right? I think I explained that right. All right. But now you break down what you found.
Okay, so with this part of the indictment, it's him. It is his manager of his re-election fundraising campaign. It is the director of protocol of international affairs. It is also the City Hall Asian Affairs director and a manager from the Turkish Airlines. That is all involved in this one situation right here. So basically, it is what you said. They're taking foreign endorsements, money and stuff, saying it's somebody in America that's donating to his campaign. And in turn, he's getting to be in places that he shouldn't be. He's getting to broker deals as far as property and buildings and stuff, which you'll probably get into later. And when they initially did the raid on his home and everybody else's, they were looking for the evidence. But through my investigation, my dig dive, there's somebody that's already telling on them, already took a deal, already pleaded guilty to what he's going to be charged for, or what he got charged for. So it doesn't look too good. And the people that are involved are very close to him. And if you are being accused of basically taking money from these foreign entities and using your influence and their influence to get ahead, then yeah. And I didn't even know it was 5 other countries because I only found out about Turkey. So that
right.
was.
I don't know, because I was like, I like turkey sandwiches occasionally. I don't know nothing about it.
He's been talking to China. He's been talking to Israel, Uzbekistan, and I forgot the other place. But I just want to throw this little tidbit in. Besides our mayor getting indicted a couple of weeks ago, the first aide, I guess the person right next to our governor, Kathy Holcomb, her and her husband were just arrested. They got charged for selling secrets to the Chinese government. So I don't know what's going on, but City Hall Asian Affair director, director of protocol of international affairs, it doesn't look too good.
It definitely does not. I think the other one might have been Istanbul.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
that's in this document. I'm not sure. I think that's what I saw when I read the document, but we'll find out in a minute just how many folks is involved, because it's a whole lot. All right.
Keep in mind the titles of these people. I just want them to keep in mind the titles of these people, because when it comes to a government, as far as a city and a state, this is just listen to how it's gonna break down.
So Eric Adams, the defendant, compounded his gains from the straw contributions by using them to defraud New York City and steal public funds. That means he's stealing your money, our money, everybody's money in New York. He's stealing your money. New York City has a matching funds program that matches small dollar contributions from individual city residents with up to 8 times their amount in public funds to give New Yorkers a greater voice in elections. He's stealing your voice, stealing your money. He's stealing your voice. Okay. Adams' campaigns applied for matching funds based on known straw donations, fraudulently obtaining as much as $2,000 in public funds for each illegal contribution. Adams and those working at his discretion falsely certified compliance with applicable campaign finance regulations, despite Adams' repeated acceptance of straw donations, relying on the concealed nature of these illegal contributions to falsely portray his campaign as law-abiding. As a result of those false certifications, Adams' 2021 mayoral campaign received more than 10. I know that don't say 10 million. Tell me I can't read right. I know this don't say 10 million right here.
And that's not including the extra perks. That's just the money.
We out here scuffling. You getting $10 million in money like you can't even, you just go steal from us like that? 10 million in public funds. Public funds. That means our money.
Yes, money's that's supposed to go to the roads, to the schools, back into the community for funding as far as small business owners, things like that. Yes.
That's shameful. Eric Adams, the defendant, also sought and received other improper benefits from some of the same co-conspirators who funneled straw donations to his campaign. In particular, a senior official in the Turkish diplomatic establishment, the Turkish official from now on, who facilitated many straw donations to Adams, also arranged for Adams and his companions to receive free or discounted travel on Turkey's national airline, the Turkish airline from this point forward, which is owned in significant part by the Turkish government, to designate to destinations including France, China, Sri Lanka, India, Hungary, and Turkey itself. The Turkey official and other Turkish nationals further arranged for Adams and his companions to receive, among other things, free rooms at opulent hotels, free meals at high-end restaurants, free luxury entertainment while in Turkey. This is going to sound so wrong when I say this. Sign me up. Minus the jail time. Anyway, Eric Adams, the defendant, and others working at his discretion repeatedly took steps to shield his solicitation and acceptance of these benefits from public scrutiny. Adams did not disclose the travel benefits he had obtained in annual financial disclosures he was required to file as a New York City employee. Sometimes Adams agreed to pay a nominal fee to create the appearance of having paid for travel that was in fact heavily discounted. Other times, Adams created and instructed others to create fake paper trails, falsely suggesting that he had paid or planned to pay for travel benefits that were actually free. And Adams deleted messages with others involved in his misconduct, including in one instance assuring a co-conspirator in writing that he always deleted his messages. Baby, this is getting good. This is getting good. This is why I love reading these court docs, y'all. In September of 2021, the Turkish official told Eric Adams, the defendant, that it was his turn to repay the Turkish official by pressuring the New York City Fire Department, FDNY, to facilitate the opening of a new Turkish consular building, a 36-story skyscraper without a fire inspection, in time for a high-profile visit by the Turkish president. At the time, the building would have failed the FDNY inspection in exchange for free travel and other travel-related bribes in 2021 and 2022, arranged by the Turkish official. Adams did as instructed. Because of Adams' pressure on the FDNY and the FDNY officials responsible for the FDNY's assessment of the skyscraper's fire safety, was told that he would lose his job if he failed to acquiesce. Basically failed to agree. And after Adam intervened, the skyscraper opened as requested by the Turkish officials. So now you putting people's lives in danger. Have you not learned anything from 9/11?
Mm.
Child.
But you see,
okay, go ahead.
But you see how another part of our supposed triangle of people that's supposed to be like the government, the safety, is getting involved in this, because the FDNY, the building inspectors, 2 FDNY chiefs and a building inspector that they're speaking about. So it's just the magnitude of what you were really doing and the people that were involved.
Shaking my head. There's always a top to the pyramid and everything always tumbles down. But somebody's snitching. I'm going to tell you that right now. Somebody's snitching.
Yeah.
And there's somebody close to him that knows all the intricate ins and outs that snitched in order for them to be able to catch this. I want to know who it was. I'm nosy like that. Okay, so New York City's Public Matching Funds Program. The New York City Campaign Finance Board, CFB, oversees and administers a publicly funded campaign finance system for multiple elections in New York City, including a matching funds program. The matching funds program from here on out that provides eligible candidates with public funds to match small dollar contributions from New York City residents. Matching funds. The matching funds program is intended to incentivize candidates to finance their campaigns by engaging with average New Yorkers instead of seeking large contributions from a limited number of influential donors, and to empower the candidates to run for office even without access to wealth. For mayoral candidates in the 2021 and 2025 election cycles, the matching funds program operated as relevant here in the following manner. A, candidates that collected a minimal number of contributions and raised a minimal amount of qualifying contributions from New York City's residents were eligible to opt into the matching funds program. B, candidates that opt into the matching funds program were required to file and sign a signed and notarized certification attesting, among other things, that they understood that they were responsible for reading, understanding, and complying with and ensuring their campaign's compliance with various statutes and rules, that submitting fraudulent claims for matching funds or otherwise furnishing false information to the CFB would constitute a fundamental breach of the obligations affirmed as part of the certification, and that in the event such a breach, they would be ineligible to receive additional matching funds and would be required to return all matching funds previously received. C, matching funds program would provide up to $8 in matching funds for each $1 of contribution, eligible contributions up to $250 from New York City residents. In other words, for each eligible contribution of at least $250, a participating candidate could collect up to $2,000 in matching funds. The matching funds program would provide up to $12,952,888 in matching funds for qualifying mayoral candidates during the primary and general elections in 2001 election cycle, and up to $14,101,334 in matching funds for qualified mayoral candidates during the primary and general elections in 2025 election cycle. So that means that he was qualified for the matching funds program for 2021 and for 2025, and clearly he used fraudulent activities and funding to become eligible. So this is not one campaign, this is two, because he was running for election again, clearly in 2025. That was his plan. Certain kinds of contributions were prohibited entirely. This is D, including straw contributions, contributions from a person who was not a United States citizen or a lawful permanent resident of the United States, contributions from foreign entities and organizations, contributions from corporations, and contributions that were made, received, solicited, or otherwise obtained in violation of any local, state, or federal law. E, through its campaign finance handbook, the CFB informed candidates and their campaign staff that the straw contributions were not prohibited, but also illegal. F, candidates that opt into matching funds program were required to regularly submit to the CFB disclosure statements that, among other things, identified all contributions received during a particular reporting period, regardless of whether those contributions were eligible for matching funds. These disclosure statements were required to be submitted electronically by either the candidate or the candidate's treasurer using a unique login. In order to submit a disclosed statement, the filer was required to identify him or herself as either the candidate or the treasurer and electronically sign a verification stating this disclosure statement is true and correct to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief. I understand that by clicking verify below, I'm electronically signing this disclosure statement, which shall have the same validity and effect as signing affixed by hand. Pause for a second, because let me explain something to y'all. A lot of y'all are able to get out of a lot of things because you never physically signed with pen and paper your name on these certain contracts. And this is how you're able to get out of a lot of stuff. But this is going into talking about separating from your straw man. Okay. So now by them saying that you click this is just as good as your hand signature is saying that you are bound. Your straw man and your human man are bound to this contract. Sure. And they clicked it, be it him or his treasurer. They clicked it. But I think the treasurer would be able to wiggle their way out of this one only because the treasurer says to the best of my knowledge. So they could say, I had no knowledge of what he was doing. These are the papers he gave me, so I submitted them. So the treasurer can wiggle their way out. I think. I would hope. I hope so, because I wouldn't be going down. Eric Adams, the defendant, was aware that the law prohibited foreign constitute and the corporate contribution was aware that the law prohibited foreign conduit and corporate contributions. I couldn't get that out. I don't even know why. And let me be very clear when I say that I wouldn't have been going down. I'd have told him, you push the button. Okay. For somebody to try to take that, flip it, and rub it down, I'd have told him, you do it. You get somebody else to do it. I don't care if I'm the treasurer. You push the button. All right. At least as early as 2018, Adams began raising money to fund his first mayoral campaign in the 2021 campaign here on out. In September of 2019, Adams submitted the required certification to opt into the matching funds program. During the 2021 election cycle, Adams and persons acting at his direction regularly submitted and signed disclosure statements attesting to the veracity of the information being provided to the CFB. Adams won his party's primary election in July of 2021 and was elected mayor in November of 2021. While serving as mayor, Adams again opted into the matching funds program and began fundraising for his 2025 re-election campaign. The 2025 25 campaign, and together with the 2021 campaign, the Adams campaign. So now this will be considered the Adams campaign, continuing at least to the date of his indictment. So this man has been since 2019, because that's when he applied, right? And he was approved. So since 2019 all the way to 2024, this man has been illegally stealing public funding.
Yes. Not only that, you don't know what kind of finances he was getting through these foreign entities. He's getting a whole bunch of perks. He's getting in rooms that he's not supposed to be in. And yeah, and he's not doing anything for the people that elected him.
No, he's doing something. He's stealing from them.
Yeah.
Man, listen. Sherman said they need to bury this dude, get him up out of here. New York knew what they was talking about when they called him out for the jump, from the jump. I want to know how he won. Anyway.
I could tell you, they pushed
him down the black vote throat.
Yeah. They pushed it. But I mean pushed it like we have a church over here. I don't know if y'all know who Floyd Flake is, but he has a mega church right here in Southside. Eric Adams' face was on that church for at least 6 months straight. They were pushing it. He's from the neighborhood. He's the police, you know. He grew up out here, so he knows both sides. He's going to be so good for us. And I stay telling people, this is why I advocate, do not vote for emotions. Always vote for policy, because all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
You ain't never lied about that one. All right. Adams traveled to Turkey and begins accepting illegal campaign contributions and personal benefits. Child, this is where it gets juicy. And in all honesty, I think once we get here, unless it's juicy in the next part, we're going to stop and talk a little bit, because like I said, this is a 57-page indictment, y'all. Okay. Within a year of becoming Brooklyn Borough president. So now we all the way back in 2024, y'all. But it says within a year, so 2015. Eric Adams, the defendant, began building relationships with foreign nationals who were seeking influence in him. In the year that followed, Adams solicited and knowingly accepted illegal campaign contributions and improper personal benefits from those foreign nationals. Let me tell y'all something. It's like, you want to know why people keep going? It's the greed. It's the rush. It's the adrenaline rush of getting away with what you're doing. It's the fact that the first time that he caught an illegal contribution, and it was the amount of the illegal contribution, and he got away with it, the rush and the thrill of it all, the excitement of it, is what keeps people doing the things that they do. They become addicted to that adrenaline rush that they get every time they get away with doing something illegal. 2015, Adams travels to Turkey and establishes corrupt relationships. In 2015, Eric Adams, the defendant, took 2 official trips to Turkey. His first trip in August of 2015 was arranged by the Turkish Consulate General in New York City, the Turkish Consulate from here on out, and paid for the party by the Turkish Consulate, and in part by a for-profit educational conglomerate based in Istanbul. It was Istanbul, okay. The Turkish University from here on out. The second trip in December of 2015 was arranged by the Turkish official and a Turkish entrepreneur, the promoter. Got a promoter, whose business includes organizing events to introduce Turkish corporate and business people to politicians, celebrities, and others whose influence may benefit the corporations and business people. For both trips, Adam received free business class tickets on the Turkish airline. Unlike Adams' subsequent travel with the Turkish airline, Adams reported his 2015 travel to Turkey on financial disclosure forms filed with New York City's Conflict of Interest Board, COIB, from here on out, as he was requested to do annually at all times relevant to this indictment. 2015 travel to Turkey by Eric Adams, the defendant, involves several people relevant to events described in this indictment, including the Turkish official who helped arrange Adams' travel and within Turkey, within Turkey in 2015, and who later steered illegal contributions and improper gifts to Adams to gain influence with and eventually to obtain corrupt official action from Adams. Okay. The promoter who arranged straw contributions to both of the Adams campaigns and favorable treatment in Turkey for Adams in 2017 and 2019, hoping to leverage Adams' considerable fame in Turkey to benefit the promoter's clients. The owner and chairman of the Turkish University, Businessman One, who met with Adams in Istanbul in 2015 and again in Brooklyn, New York in 2018. Businessman One, who was considering a business venture in Brooklyn and also sought to enhance his own status by befriending Adams, later made illegal contributions to the 2001 campaign. A volunteer at Brooklyn Borough Hall, the Adams staffer, who then served as Adams' liaison to Eastern Europe, Muslim countries, including Turkey. The Adams staffer subsequently became a paid member of Adams' staff at Borough Hall and later City Hall. The Adams staffer accompanied Adams on his 2015 travel to Turkey and later at Adams' direction coordinated many of the illegal campaign contributions and improper personal travel benefits related to this indictment. See how people just, man, listen. A wealthy Turkish businesswoman, the businesswoman from here on out, who later gave Adams multiple free or steeply discounted stays in luxury hotels she owned and organized contributions to the 2021 campaign. In 2016, Adams secretly began accepting free luxury travel. After Eric Adams, the defendant, traveled to Turkey in 2015, the Turkish officials introduced Adams to the Turkish Airlines general manager in New York City area, the airline manager.
Told you.
It's like all of this is going on. Think about this. We're sitting here in our homes, in our offices, doing whatever it is that we're doing, right? And while we're being law-abiding citizens,
he out here playing Frank Lucas of the government.
Right? The peoples in government are like, y'all breaking the laws more than we are. I just don't. And I'm thinking about this like he met him in New York. Did you meet him at LaGuardia or JFK? I'm just asking because I'm nosy.
I have no idea. I would probably say JFK because LaGuardia just became international.
That's true. That's true. JFK was the only international airport here for a very long time. LaGuardia just stepped it up.
Mm-hmm.
I still hate LaGuardia though. Anyway, after Eric Adams, the defendant, first traveled to Turkey in 2015, the Turkish official introduced Adams to the airline's general manager. Okay, we read that. In 2016 and twice in 2017, Adams solicited and accepted free and heavily discounted luxury air travel from the Turkish airline as part of the Turkish officials' effort to gain influence over Adams on three separate trips. All right, so here we go. October of 2016, Adams and his domestic partner, dang, you done got your girl involved in this, traveled to India. Adams' partner purchased economy class tickets for herself and Adams on the Turkish airline for approximately $2,286. 2 days before their flight was scheduled to depart, Adams accepted upgrades for himself and his partner by the Turkish airline to business class at no cost. Business class is the highest class offered by the Turkish airline. Had Adams and his partner purchased their business class tickets, the tickets would have cost approximately $15,000 in total. So he only paid $2,286 for $15,000 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
In July and August of 2017, Adams and a close relative of Adams, the Adams relative, and a member of Adams' staff who has served as Adams' liaison to the Asian American communities in New York City, the Adams liaison, traveled to Nice, France. Is it Nice or Nice?
Nice.
Nice.
I think it's neat.
To France, Istanbul, Turkey, Colombo, Sri Lanka, and Beijing, China. Adams accepted free business class tickets from the Turkish Airlines worth more than $35,000 total for himself and his companions. In October of 2017, Adams and the Adams liaison traveled to Nepal through Istanbul and Beijing. I said Beijing. Yeah, that's a hair dye. Adams accepted free business class tickets from the Turkish airline for himself and the Adams liaison for the flights from New York to Istanbul and Istanbul to Beijing, and for the corresponding return flight worth more than $16,000. Because the Turkish airline provided free travel benefits worth tens of thousands of dollars to Eric Adams, he flew the Turkish airline even when doing so was otherwise inconvenient. For example, during the July and August 2017 trip, Adams' partner was surprised to learn that Adams was in Turkey when she understood him to be flying from New York to France. Adams responded in a text, transferring here. You know, first stop is always Istanbul. When Adams' partner later inquired about planning a trip to Eastern Island, Chile, Adams repeatedly asked her whether the Turkish airline could be used for their flight, requiring her to call the Turkish airline to confirm they did not have routes between New York and Chile.
You know what that sounds like?
He didn't even want to pay for. Go ahead. What does it sound like?
It sounds like his partner already telling, because they know a lot of detailed conversations and stuff. Sound like she done flipped.
Bing Bong New York says politicians been doing this for years. He must have pissed someone off. Well, we're not going to dig too deep into it right now. But word on the curb is when they got them Diddy docs over there in the Southern District. Oh, when it all falls down. But I can't seem to figure out what the connection between Diddy and the mayor is, besides giving him the key. But we digging. Just know that.
Well, he says that it's because he's speaking against the migrant crisis in New York. That's what he's saying. That's what he said. He said that.
We don't believe nothing that man said. We gonna put him in the category of Diddy. Whatever they said he did that ish. Okay. I need to get that soundbite. All right. Adams, the defendant, also accepted valuable travel and hospitality benefits for himself and his companions during their time in Turkey. For example, during a stay in Istanbul during the July and August of 2017 trip, Adams, the Adams relative, and the Adams liaison accepted a heavily discounted stay at the St. Regis Istanbul, arranged by the promoter. The St. Regis Istanbul is owned by the businesswoman who sought to ingregate herself with Adams. I don't know what that word means. Ingregate. I'm going to look that up. Adams stayed in the Bentley suite, portions of which are depicted here. Wait a minute. Let me zoom in on this just a little bit, little something, so y'all can see.
Nice view.
Do you see this? This thing got a window. This bed face is a panoramic window. The TV pops up from here. Look at this desk. Like, look at it. This is luxury. For real. Look
Very
at the chandelier and the pillar. I'm not gonna talk about the pillar. Look at the bathroom, y'all. Now this is a black and white photo, but this looks like marble everywhere.
Is that a tub in the shower? The tub's outside.
The tub is outside.
Mm. Very nice.
Child, must be nice.
Mhm.
Although booking the Bentley suite for 2 nights would have cost approximately $7,000, Adams paid a total of less than $600.
Can I get your group on, please? Like, can I get your group on? Okay. Like, how you get like 95% off?
Right? Listen. In order to conceal the valuable flight, hotel, and other travel benefits that Eric Adams, the defendant, accepted from foreign nationals seeking influence over him, he did not disclose any of these trips in his annual disclosure form, despite a legal requirement to do so. By law, certain New York City elected officials and candidates for elected officials are required to file annual reports with the COIB disclosing their financial information and outside portions of an interest, positions and interests, as well as those of their spouse or domestic partners and unemancipated children. The purpose of the annual disclosure law is to provide transparency to ensure that there are no prohibited conflicts of interest between public servants' official duties and their private interests. At all times relevant to this indictment, Adams was an elected New York City official required to file annual disclosure forms with the COIB. On his 2016 and 2017 COIB annual disclosure form, Adams was asked whether he had received any gifts or any from the same person, entity, or donor or affiliated donor who has no business dealings with the city other than a relative in the total amount or with the total value of $1,000 or more the year. Adams answered no. Adams answered no to a similar question asking whether he had received any gifts worth $50 or more from a person, entity, donor, or affiliated donor who did have business in New York City. We know he answered no to everything. The valuable travel benefits Adams solicited and accepted, including the free business class upgrade for travel from New York to India, the free business class tickets for 3 from New York to France to Turkey to Sri Lanka to China, the heavily discounted stay in the Bentley suite, and the free business class tickets for 2 from New York to China through Turkey for each of the 2016 and 2017 trips described in paragraphs 12 through 14 each exceed $1,000 in value and would be obvious to anyone who, like Adams, had extensive experience traveling overseas. Adams, the defendant, also sought to conceal the luxury travel benefits he solicited and accepted from foreign nationals by creating fake paper trails, which members of Adams' staff assisted in at his direction. This is why I feel like, you know what? Here's a word of advice. And I'm giving this word of advice out because my age range, according to my analytics, goes from about 18 all the way up. Okay. If you are a new young person out here in the workforce and your boss is asking you to do something that is illegal, that is fraudulent, that could get you into click city that you know is wrong, leave. That's the day you walk away. I know sometimes it's not easy to walk away from a job, but when a job is putting your freedom at risk, when an official is putting your freedom at risk, leave. Because now all of these people are going down with him because they were doing things at his directions. Now, they may not get as much time as him. They may not even really see court like him. But he's directing them to do things and they're following orders. Never follow orders when you know that it's wrong. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so for example, Adams' attempt to create a fake paper trail suggesting he had paid for his 2017 flight on the Turkish airline when in fact he had not. As Brooklyn Borough president, Adams employed a scheduler, the Adams scheduler, who managed his appointments, meetings, and other official events. Despite his status as a New York City employee, the Adams scheduler was used by Adams to perform personal tasks for him, such as collecting rent at a Brooklyn property he owned. Adams also assigned the Adams scheduler to pay various personal expenses for him, after which Adams would reimburse the Adams scheduler in cash. You know what? I'm going to say that I believe what you're saying, that the partner is talking, but the scheduler is talking too, because how else would they know this? Like, there's certain things within these docs that tell you who's flipped. And this is just my assumption on things, because how else would they know that he was paying for things out of his pocket and running and doing errands for him if he either wasn't talking to somebody or he's talking to the feds? Either way, he was talking.
Well, they're saying that they have a couple of people that already have flipped, but they're also they've been wiretapping them for maybe about a year and a half now.
Let me tell you something. Once they got your phone tapped, it's over.
Yeah.
In 2017, Adams sent a series of emails to the Adams scheduler directing the Adams scheduler to pay for the fee for the free 2017 flight he and his companions had already taken on Turkish airline. But the emails provided inconsistent explanations. In some, Adams suggested that the Adams scheduler should pay by using Adams' credit card, while in others, Adams claimed to have left cash in an envelope for the Adams scheduler to send to the Turkish airline. Child, look at this. See, more directives telling you to do things. For example, on November 25th of 2017, Adams sent an email to the Adams scheduler saying that with respect to the July trip, meaning the July and August 2017 trip on the Turkish airline, I left you the money for the international airline in an envelope in your top desk drawer. Please send it to them. Given the cost of the international business class ticket for Adams alone, Adams' email suggested that he left a minimum well over $10,000 in cash in the Adams scheduler's drawer to send to the Turkish airline as payment for flights taken months earlier. He did not do that, as records from the Turkish airline confirmed that Adams did not pay the airline in cash or otherwise because the tickets were complimentary. So
what was the 10 grand for?
Right. So you paid the scheduler $10,000.
Either the scheduler or either the promoter or the liaison. One of them got paid that 10 grand.
Okay, so Pretty Ginger is saying if you work for the city, you don't have to leave. Just report all wrongdoing to the DOI. That's Pretty Ginger's advice. I say leave. Have y'all not watched, what was that show with the girl with the lips? And she was dealing with the president. Scandal.
Scandal?
Have y'all not watched Scandal and seen how they have people that clean stuff up? But do you not see how they will unalive and get rid of and make hell in your life? You talking about city government officials. Leave. You can go and you could be a whistleblower if you want to, but when your life starts to blow up, because the government at all levels, they're a gang.
And not even that. He's part of NYPD.
Facts.
Get you anywhere in New York.
It's a living hell. Child. In return for travel benefits, the Turkish official provided or arranged in or about 2015 and 16, Eric Adams, the defendant, granted a political request from the Turkish official. Prior to Adams' 2015 travel to Turkey, which Adams knew and disclosed to the COIB, had been funded by, among other entities, the Turkish consulate, the Turkish airline, and 3 separate municipalities in Turkey, Adams had maintained a relationship with the Turkish Community Center in Brooklyn. The community center. In or about 2016, the Turkish official told Adams that the community center was affiliated with a Turkish political movement that was hostile to Turkey's government, and that if Adams wished to continue receiving support from the Turkish government, Adams could no longer associate with the community center. Adam agreed. That's basically what that word means. He agreed. Adams begins accepting straw contributions and continues to receive luxury travel benefits. Now, I know that this is not a very popular video right now, but I hope that y'all are enjoying this because this is entertaining to me, okay? And we are only on page 13. Hold on. Let me see something. I want to see when this stops. Or there's more hotel rooms. Oh, we not reading all of this. Nah, we not reading all of this. Okay, look. At this point, I'm going to just tell y'all like this. If y'all want this, I will make this available. Yeah, I'm not reading all of this. No, look at this. It's still going and going and going and going and going and going. It just keeps, it's the document that never ends.
I'll just let y'all know the reason why it's so long, because under that one indictment, it's about 16 people involved within our little pyramid of government from Mayor Adams down. So,
okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into the statutory allegations and count 1. Okay, we're going to skip all the way down because honestly, it's just more of the same. He's receiving benefits. He's taking funds. He's taking trips. He's using the airline. He's giving favors. We get a good picture of what this man is into. So let's get into why he's in court. Okay. Now, statutory allegations count 1, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and bribery. Sorry. And to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals. The grand jury charges. The allegations contained in paragraph 1 through 49 of this indictment are repeated and realleged as if set forth fully herein. From at least 2015 through at least in or about 2024, the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Eric Adams, the defendant, and others known and unknown, willfully and knowingly combined, conspired, confederated, and agreed together and with each other to commit offenses against the United States, to wit, wire fraud, a violation of Title 18. Hey, ain't that the same thing that Wack and Ray J got in this last case that he, yeah. Oh, you in good company. Y'all all gonna be in Click Click City together. Soliciting, accepting, and receiving a campaign contribution by a foreign national in violation of Title 52 of the United States Code. Bribery in violation of Title 18 of the United States Code. It was a part and object of conspiracy that Eric Adams, the defendant, and others known and unknown, knowingly having devised and intending to devise a scheme and artifice to defraud and for obtaining money and property by means of false and fraudulent pretenses, representations, and promises would and did transmit and cause to be transmitted by means of wire, radio, and television communications in interstate and foreign commerce, writings, signs, signals, pictures, and sounds for the purpose of executing such scheme and artifice. Artifice? Is that what that says? Artifice? Artifice. Let me look that up. I've never seen it. Let's look that up. That's an interesting word. I'm going to look it up. I don't care. Yeah, it is artifice. Clever or cunning devices or expedients, especially as used to trick or deceive others.
Mm. So what they saying, like he was making fake texts, fake stuff like that?
Yeah, an example of artifice. He used an artifice to get out of trouble. Yep, artifice. Everybody's using artifice. Let me give that to y'all so y'all know how to say it. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Artifice.
Boom. Now we all know how to say it. All right. Now, this is in violation of Title 18. It was further apart an object of the conspiracy that Eric Adams, the defendant, and others known and unknown would and did knowingly and willfully solicit, accept, and deceive and receive directly and indirectly a contribution and donation from a foreign national and express and implied promises to make a contribution and donation in connection with local election, to wit, mayoral elections in New York, in city of New York, aggregating 25,000 and more in a calendar year in violation of Title 52 of the U.S. Code. It was further a part and object of the conspiracy that Eric Adams, being an agent of local government, to wit, the city of New York, which in 1 year period received benefits in the excess of $10,000 under the federal program involving a grant, contract, subsidy, loan, guarantee, insurance, and other forms of financial assistance, corruptly solicited and demanded for benefits of a person, and accepted and agreed to accept a thing of value from a person, intending to be influenced and rewarded in connection with benefit, with business, a transaction and a series of transactions of the city of New York involving a thing of value 5,000 and more in violation of Title 18. Overt acts in furtherance of the conspiracy and to affect the illegal objects thereof. The following overt acts, among others, were committed by Eric Adams in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere. In 2016, Adams accepted free upgrades to business class for himself and a companion on round-trip flights from New York to India. In July of 2017, Adams accepted free business tickets for himself and two companions on round-trip flights from New York to France, Turkey, Sri Lanka, and China. In July of 2017, Adams accepted a steeply discounted stay at the Bentley Suites of the St. Regis in Istanbul. In October of 2017, Adams accepted free business tickets for himself and a companion on round-trip flights from New York to China. In January 2018, Adams accepted free upgrades to business class for himself and a companion on round-trip flights from New York to Hungary. In November 2018, Adams directed the Adams staffer to arrange to accept contributions of foreign funds from businessman one. In January of 2019, Adams accepted a free stay at the Cosmopolitan Suite of the luxury hotel in Istanbul. In January of 2019, Adams met with businessman 3 in Istanbul, where Adams agreed to accept campaign contributions of foreign money. In December of 2020, Adams employees solicited straw donations to Adams' campaign from businessman number 4. In May of 2021, Adams attended a fundraiser organized by the Turkish officials, among others, where Adams accepted straw donations from businessman number 5. In May of 2021, Adams submitted a false disclosure statement to the CFB that concealed the straw donation from businessman 5. In June of 2021, Adams solicited steeply discounted business class tickets, stays at a luxury hotel and luxury resort, the transportation, including a domestic flight and a car and a driver. In June of 2021, Adams solicited a free hotel stay and free use of a VIP room in a business class lounge of the Turkish Airlines for the Adams fundraiser. In or about August 2021, Adams directed the Adams staffer to obtain contributions of foreign funds from the Turkish university. In September of 2021, Adams caused the FDNY to issue a letter acquiescing in the occupation of the Turkish house. In September of 2021, Adams solicited and accepted steeply discounted business class tickets for himself and a companion on round-trip flights from New York to Pakistan. In October of 2021, Adams submitted a false disclosure statement to the CFB that concealed the straw donation from the Turkish university. In November of 2021, Adams solicited and accepted a free car and driver and meal at a luxury restaurant for himself and his companion in Istanbul. In January of 2022, Adams attended a meeting with the promoter, among others, where he agreed to accept contributions of foreign money to the 2025 campaign. In July of 2022, Adams' senior advisor and the Adams staffer met the Turkish official at the Turkish house, and the Adams staffer identifies Adams' senior official as the point of contact for the Turkish officials pending problems, quote unquote, the Turkish house, such as FDNY approvals. In July of 2022, the Turkish official arranged to provide business class upgrades on the Turkish airline for 4 of Adams' close associates. In September of 2023, Adams attended a fundraiser where he thanked foreign donors for contributions of foreign money to the 2025 campaign made through straw donations. And in October of 2023, Adams attended a fundraiser where he directed the Adams staffer to coordinate the receipt of straw donations from businessman number 6. And I should have started here. All of this is a violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 371. I should have just started there because that was
That's a lot. Is that more? But it's when you look into it, it just gets so deep. You be like, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna get put out of here.
What's going
on? All right, now let's get into count 2, wire fraud. The grand jury further charges the allegations contained in paragraphs 1 through 49 of this indictment are repeated and realleged as if set forth fully herein. From at least in or about 2018 through at least in or about 2024 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Eric Adams knowingly having devised and intending to devise a scheme and artifice to defraud and for obtaining money and property by means of false and fraudulent pretenses, representations, and promises, transmitted and caused to be transmitted by means of wire, radio, television communications, the same thing as up there, pictures, signals, signs, and sigils. Okay. Adams participated in a scheme to fraudulently obtain matching funds for the Adams campaign by falsely claiming that contributions qualified for matching funds when in fact those contributions did not. Count 3, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. Okay. The allegations contained in paragraph 1 through 49 of this indictment are repeated and realleged as set forth and herein. In or about 2021, in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Eric Adams, the defendant, knowingly and willfully solicited, accepted, and received, and aided and abetted, and willfully caused the solicitation, acceptance, and receipt of a contribution and donation from a foreign national, and expressed and implied promises to make contribution and donation in connection with the local election, to wit, mayoral elections in city of New York, aggregating 25,000 and more in a calendar year. Count 4. The grand jury charges the allegations contained in paragraphs 1 through 49 of this indictment are repeated and realleged as set forth in or about 2023 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere. Eric Adams knowingly and willfully solicited, accepted, received. I'm trying to just get to the point because I'm tired of repeating myself. And abetted acceptance and receipt of a contribution and donation from a foreign national and express and implied promises to make a contribution and donation in connection with a local election, to wit, mayoral elections in the city of New York, aggregating $25,000 or more for the year. Okay, count 5. In 2021, Eric Adams. We're going to skip all of that fancy porn. Corruptly solicited and demanded for the benefit of a person and accepted and agreed to accept a thing of value from a person intending to be influenced and rewarded in connection with his business, a transaction and a series of transactions from the city of New York involving a thing of value of $5,000 and more. To wit, Adams solicited and accepted free and heavily discounted luxury travel benefits from the Turkish officials and others in exchange for intending to be influenced in connection with the city of New York's regulation of the Turkish house located at 821 United Nations Plaza, violation of Title Code 18 in the United States Penal Code. Okay. Forfeiture. As a result of committing one or more of the offenses alleged in counts 1, 2, and 5 of this indictment, Eric Adams, the defendant, shall forfeit the United States pursuant to Title 18 any and all property, real and personal, that constitutes or is derived from proceeds traceable to the commission of said offenses, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency representing the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offenses. So now this dude is giving up everything. This is the same thing that they did to Diddy. Okay, properties, money, any of that stuff has to be turned over, y'all. That was a lot.
He in trouble. Big trouble. And they're already saying that they have witnesses. Like, and I mean, Southern District, they have a conviction rate. The conviction rate is high. Like, and I've been telling people, the feds don't come after you unless they know they got you.
That's
so it's like, what do you want? Like, I don't understand, but when I deep dived into it, it's so many people attached to this thing. That's why I'm saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into a RICO case. Unless everybody involved, like, they know it's involved because obviously they're in the news or people have already leaked, like, they're part of the indictment and stuff.
Yep.
Unless they tell, it's going to be a RICO. Because think about it. These favors that he's doing for people, you don't know what the favors are. You don't know what the favors entail. But there's FDNY, so that's building, that's codes, that's property.
Yep.
There's NYPD, that's crimes. We don't know what. Every country has a mafia. Every country has bad people. Like, we don't know what was going on. But all these people are involved in the indictment some way, somehow. And it's just sad because it's like New York, we just taking L after L after L at this point. Oh, one fact too. So our NYPD commissioner, he stepped down the other day and they brought in a new NYPD commissioner. So right now in New York, we don't have an NYPD commissioner because he had to step down because he has charges of stealing documents from his old job, which is the FBI. So it's like L after L after L.
This takes on a whole new meaning for us.
Really.
All right. So Mayor Adams had something to say before his arraignment because, to my understanding, he's been fingerprinted and he's going to Click City. Just like Diddy. Made it But this is what the mayor had to say yesterday, okay, when he addressed his fellow New Yorkers. I am not his fellow New Yorker. I don't know about anybody else. I don't know what New York he's from, but this ain't the New York. Well, I can't say that because New York was full of corruption. It's always been full of corruption. We just can't catch a break, can we?
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies.
I want to know. Let me get like him. Hold on. Let me get like him. When did it become real for you that they were intending to charge you? Because an indictment from the Southern District usually means you going down, down, baby, over into city, city, click, click, baby, boom, boom. They're not going to let you go. I'm just saying, when did you come to this rationalization that they intend to charge you? Sure. Anyway, let's continue.
But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target.
Nah, you're not going to blame this on us.
You see how he trying to flip it?
How you gonna? Oh, don't you try to blame this on us? Talking about what? Because he's trying to stand his ground for us. This is what's happening to him. What have you done for your fellow New Yorkers? What benefits have your peoples benefited from? Because it's seeming like he's the only one that was benefiting. And his fellow New Yorkers must be all these Turkish government officials that he's dealing with, and all these Turkish business people and people in Istanbul and all of them that are over here that was contributing to him on behalf of these foreign countries. Those must be his New Yorkers and who he talking to, because he ain't talking to me. Is he talking to you?
No, he's not.
Okay, I don't know. Is he talking to y'all in the comments? Because I don't know. I don't know. You ain't stand your ground for me. I don't even live in the city. I don't even live in the city. I live right on the outskirts. Okay, I'm just a few miles away. You don't represent me.
And a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty.
Hold on. Did he say leaks?
Yes, he did. Like, if it's a leak, that means it was something that was true that leaked out. So what are you talking about? This, I'm telling you, this man is crazy.
This is why I say, if you let them talk, they tell on themselves. You just gotta listen. You just gotta listen. Cause yeah.
Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago. Just 1 week after he joined my administration.
Shouldn't be stealing from
Enough.
them.
I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes.
We're gonna leave it right there. If they searching for something from 20 years ago, and that's your new police, what ties did you have to him prior to, and what corruption was he involved in?
They're all friends. Oh my God.
Exactly.
When I mean they're all friends either through the from the academy, like through the police department, their careers through the police department, or they're his friends, like went to elementary school, junior high school together. They're all his friends.
Man, listen. Now, I just
the nerve is the audacity.
Yes, you took it right out my brain. I just said audacity. You pulled it right out my brain, and it came right out your mouth. Yes.
How is it our fault? Like, what did you do for us? Like, you didn't do anything. I live here. I don't know.
This affects you very much directly.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it because it deals with New York, and this is right in my backyard. I don't know if he's cool with my mayor of my city.
I'm just so disappointed. It's like, it's disappointing. It's very much so. It is. What was the mayor's name that was from DC that they caught him like in the thing house?
House.
Marion Barry?
Marion Barry, yeah.
You know why the people never turned on him? Because of all the corruption that he did. He took care of the city. When he was mayor of DC, DC had no crime like that, no problems, nothing. And that's why I'm disappointed. Like, I tell everybody, we New Yorkers, we got a hustler spirit. We will do some illegal shit quick to survive.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am a law-abiding citizen.
But I really feel like if he was really giving back to the community and was really doing it for us, people would be standing by you. It wouldn't be complaints. Come on. Our roads is messed up. The school system's messed up. Like, I don't know.
Well, let me share this because I don't think he went into Click City today, but he's going down. He's going down. He's going down, baby. Yo Street in a squad car.
Probably bailed out.
Second thing that happened in court today is that we let the court know that next week we'll be filing a motion to dismiss. We expect these charges to be dismissed. You all remember the Brian Benjamin case, similar shaky theory. That case was dismissed. Same prosecutors, same theory, but the spectacle of this so exciting to them that they wanted to bring another one of these cases. This case isn't even a real case. This is the airline upgrade corruption case. The third thing.
Yo, him and Diddy lawyer is really killing me right now.
This isn't even a case. This is an airline upgrade case. That means it's still a case. And if it's an airline upgrade, the airline is international, which makes it federal. Oh, God. I don't know. Maybe we slow.
The thing we said is that we demand that they bring exculpatory information and the discovery to court on Wednesday. As you know from looking at the indictment and from what happened in court, there are no emails, text messages, or any corroboration whatsoever that the mayor knew about anything having to do with these campaigns.
Hold on.
That is not what that said.
You hear me going, right?
That is not what that said.
I know we skipped over some things in this indictment, but I know I saw with my eyes. I spied with my little eyes.
Well,
don't these look like text messages? Ain't these emojis?
Yeah. Yes, they are. And I see that without my glasses.
The FDNY commissioner wrote Adams, letter being drafted now. Everything should be good to go Monday morning. 4 minutes later, Adams messaged the Turkish official from the commissioner. Letter being drafted now. Everything should be good to go Monday morning. The Turkish official responded, "You are great, Eric. We are happy to hear that." Praying emoji, praying emoji. "Thank you. You are a true friend of Turkey." Adam replies, "Yes, even more a true friend of yours. You're my brother. I'm here to help." Here is spelled wrong. It's H. How are you a government official and you don't know the difference between here, H-E-R-E, and here, H-E-A-R? At 2:30 p.m., the Turkish official confirmed, "You're such a friend." At 2:31 p.m., the fire prevention chief sent the conditional letter of no objection to the private alarm engineer.
See, they're going to try to spin a story, make it look like That's his defense attorney. He's gonna try.
Isn't this an email?
Yeah, but they don't count on people really like deep diving into it or reading the documents. So they're gonna try to sway public opinion right now. But
Istanbul in order to this is between a staffer and the airline manager. That's a conversation had. Like, what are we talking about?
This is what I'm saying. He's like, oh, there's nobody corroborating. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Her name is Luna. Yes, there is. And there's two people that they don't want to release their names, which I'm thinking that's like somebody really high up somewhere. But it's about 6 or 7 people already telling on him. His lawyer is trying to spin a narrative right now. We don't believe you.
You need more people.
The entire body of evidence is one staffer that says there was a conversation. What you have not learned is that that staffer has lied, and the government is in possession of that lie. When that staffer was first interviewed, that staffer said that Mayor Adams knew nothing about this, he was not involved in this, and that he is innocent. They have that information. They have not turned that over to us. They have not turned that over to you. And so it sort of does not surprise us that they did not answer any questions at that press conference, their conference the other day. They have no answer for any of these questions.
Come on, Pix 11.
They have that information. They have not turned that over to us. They have not turned that over to you. And so it sort of does not surprise us that they did not answer any questions at that press conference, their little press conference the other day. They have no answer for any of these questions. And they didn't want to stick around from questions either. Questions like, why are they doing this? Why are they targeting him? The questions you all started to ask as they were leaving. They normally answer questions. They didn't want to stay for questions in this case. And they left, and they made this assertion, or this, they implied that somehow he's disappointing people, or that people ought to be disappointed in him. It's not him doing this. It's the government, the other government that everybody should be disappointed in, bringing this case against the sitting mayor.
Ooh.
I don't have anything further today, and thank you all.
If Hochul calls on you to resign, will you?
Mayor Eric Adams' attorney Alex Spiro in Lower Manhattan outside of federal court, where the mayor has pled not guilty to 5 charges of federal corruption. You are watching live images right now from outside the courthouse as Mayor Adams gets back into his SUV to drive away from court. He was in that courtroom and he said a few words to the judge, which is, "I plead not guilty, Your Honor." He was released without bail with some conditions that he not speak to witnesses or anybody who is involved in this case and in these charges. And he was warned that if he fails to appear or violates the terms of the agreement, he will be rearrested. And he also was part of his agreement was that he did not have to turn in his passport. So that is the historic news today. The first time a sitting mayor inside a courtroom pleading not guilty to a federal judge on 5 charges here, federal charges. Of course, we are all over the story every step of the way. We have our James Ford and Eileen LaPalmer outside of the courthouse. They will have full updates tonight.
So that's for y'all in New York. They will have full updates tonight. But I understand that it is the lawyer's job to try to, paint a different narrative and all of that. I get that. But they really think that we're stupid. Because how could you even possibly think that we're going to believe that the feds. Now, if this was New York City, this was a local case, I could see them saying that, and it's possible that they probably got it wrong. But this is the feds. I'm not saying they're without error, but they play the long game. They don't play the short game. And you now know that there's one staffer that came forward. This sounds just like Diddy's lawyer saying that, oh, there's just Cassie.
And then what happened? We're like on 15.
There's another one, though. There's another one.
When did that happen?
Today. Don't worry. I'm not going to bed until probably about 6 o'clock. I'm going to take a break. And then I'm going to come back and talk about the Krishan mayhem that is going on.
It's just too much.
And then I'm going to talk about the newest Diddy case. Or maybe I'll just do the newest Diddy case and I'll do Krishan a video. Because.
But wait, so how many is that now?
Probably about 13, 14. Because in the last one made 9. And that was the young lady who was at the white party. The one that Tasha K interviewed. Yeah, there's her. And that was 9, according to my calculations. I don't believe that I had the dude that filed the $100 million suit on there. That would have been 10. I don't know. I lost count. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I lost count.
Was that yesterday or the day before?
I'm not even sure, but there's the new one. And then let me see if I can pull it up real quick. If they have something on YouTube really quickly. Am I still sharing? No, I'm not share my screen. Hold on. Let me go to.
Oh, but guys, if you want to be really nosy and know all the people's names and who's really involved, you can check out the video on my channel. I broke down everything. The indictment's not going to really tell you their names and stuff because they're all under separate indictments, but go on my channel and check that out.
Yes, her link is in the description of this video. So y'all can go and check out her channel. Y'all need to know, she was on top of this, and a lot of channels like hers, like myself, we don't be getting the credit that we should be getting when we should be getting the credit. All right, so let's go here because this has to be here. Let's see. I'm looking for it because it was reported by everybody's favorite, because y'all know everybody be like, it ain't true until TMZ says it. TMZ didn't say that, Henny. Where did you get that from? Girl, this is a court doc. What are you talking about? Diddy sued by woman claiming he actually impregnated her. Look at the meme next to it, though. Why? The internet is undefeated. So let's go up to the TMZ link. And let's read. I was hoping it would be. I don't want to read no more, but let's read. All right. And yes, I'm going to pull it. He ugged and actually assaulted me, and I got prego. Diddy is facing a new lawsuit filed by a woman who claimed that the rap mogul owned her and actually assaulted her and continues to menace and intimidate her. And a new document filed Friday and obtained by TMZ, a Jane Doe claims that the Bad Boy Records founder repeatedly assaulted her over a 4-year period, and says one of the encounters even resulted in her getting pregnant, but she ended up suffering a miscarriage. The anonymous woman, represented by attorney Joseph, thank God it's not the same one.
I think I know who that anonymous woman is.
Claims she first met Diddy overseas in the fall of 2020 and was invited to join the rapper on an all expenses paid trip. The woman says she saw Diddy regularly between 2021 and 2022 with the rapper and his team arranging for her to meet up with him at his homes in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami, and other various locations. However, she claims she did not travel at her own volition. Okay, claiming Diddy and his staff would use coercive and harassing language to make her agree. So yeah, that's I'm gonna just leave that there because I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get the docs for it.
It sound like the one that was having the argument with Young Miami.
Not the one that Carisha Please said, I'll make him make you.
Yeah, because didn't she have?
I thought that was Baby Love's mama.
That ain't Baby Love mama.
But I thought that's who she was talking to. That she was talking to Baby Love's mama when she said that.
No, she's talking to that girl Gina. Gina, whatever.
Well, I'm gonna get the docs and we're gonna find out.
You know what? I'm gonna say this because I'm from New York, so I'm gonna say this. A lot of people, it's bad, but a lot of people want him to go down, not only for this, but in New York, that man has a very, very evil, bad rep. Like, music always popping. We love the bad boy era, all of that, but the things that he has been accused of that a lot of people probably don't even know. Yeah. It'll vindicate a lot of people if that man go down.
Well, people, I was going to get into Mayor Adams' essay allegations that he has against him, but I think I'm going to just leave that alone for now because this is a lot. It's been a lot for the day. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say toodaloo. Am I glitching?
A little bit.
Annoying. Okay. Oh, that's because my computer's about to die. Damn. All right, y'all. So I really gotta go. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in. Make sure that y'all follow Hood Politicking with T. The link is down in the description of this video. Go subscribe to her channel. Check out her last video and leave her some comments and let her know what y'all think. I hope that this enlightened y'all and let y'all know that this is a case of some real corruption and it ain't fake. All right, y'all. Love y'all. High vibes. See y'all day. And I'll be back. I don't know if I'm going to come back with Krishana, if I'm going to come back with Diddy. I don't know who I'm going to come back with. But I'll be back. And if I don't come back, don't hold it against me because your girl is tired and I got to go to work tonight. Peace, y'all.